Hey guys, welcome to day 2 of our wonderful virtual Lord High School experience. Man, crazy. I sure hope I get to see you guys live sooner than later, because as much fun as we're having now, it could be a whole lot better. Anyways, I am actually making this video as kind of a test to see how well doing kind of a video tutorial on a Microsoft Teams meeting works with like sound and stuff. So there could be some hiccups. We're going to see. I'm going to do a little demo tutorial type video that I've done in the past. Those of you who have been in my class before, you're very familiar with these. So I'm going to make the video, put it on YouTube, have the video like playing today during class, hopefully with sound, and we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work, I'll just manually go through the presentation and we'll make some tweaks and make it work. Okay, so the screen that we're looking at right now, if you're in my marketing class period 4, is your Teams. And so I've got several things already posted there, so I'm sure by now that you're pretty familiar with how these Teams things work, but just in case you don't, you've got your post section, you've got files. We'll talk about Class Notebook later if we use it. Then you can find assignments here, your grades, and then you don't have this tab. This Insights tab is something that I'll actually kind of show you live during class. It's a way for me to see how engaged you are actually, like if you stay in the class the whole time, if you're replying to stuff, if you're actually turning stuff in. So pretty powerful tool. So anyway, we've got the syllabus here. We've got the online learning schedule here. If you go into files, you'll see that I pinned 3 things: the syllabus, the online learning, and then this is the presentation I'm actually going to be going through. So if for some reason you're not seeing the screen when I share it today, you can go to the file section and find this file. You can open it up yourself. So there's a PDF version right here, and there's a PowerPoint version. I suggest opening up this PowerPoint version so that you can actually click on the links. So let's go through it real quick. I'm not going to read every word, but I just want to kind of go through it. So in the Teams environment, in the online environment, here's kind of some of the norms. So we want the mics muted, and that's not because I don't want to hear you talk. I actually do, but I'm sure you've already seen in other classes when there's multiple mics on, you get like feedback and you can't hear everybody talk at the same time. And so we just have to be a little more cognizant of how we're talking to each other in an online environment. So there will be chances to talk. I will ask for people to talk, but for the most part, we're muting our mics so that we can get you the information. We're going to use the chat area heavily for questions, so I will be monitoring that on a different screen, and I'll be prompting things in there, and I'll be giving you links and stuff in the future. So the chat area definitely you should have up. My suggestion, if you don't already do this, you should maybe get Microsoft Teams on your phone, and then you can have like the chat area on your phone while you're actually on the meeting and on your computer, so that way that's like your second screen. I need you to engage in the content. That just means like you're participating. So there's going to be lots of ways to do that in the upcoming weeks, verbally and doing replies and doing reactions and that sort of thing. Be responsive to prompts. So it's not learning if you're just sitting there with your sound off and you're in the corner playing, you're playing PS4 or something. I mean, I'd like to be doing that too, but we all have a job. Your job's to be a student. My job's to be a teacher. I'm here for you. I'm ready to do my job. I need you to be ready to do your job. Last thing, have an open mind. We're all going to make mistakes, even me, maybe. I'm learning new things every day about different tweaks of programs and that sort of thing. So just extend some grace to your teachers, to your fellow students, to everybody, because it's something that we're all getting used to at the same time. So just going through some of the basics. You might already know a lot of this stuff, but I just wanted to make sure from my end that you do. So if you open up this PowerPoint presentation from the file section that I already showed you, all these tiles right here, if you click on the link, it'll actually go to the resource. So if you wanted to know more about what if I forget my password, if you click on this, it's going to go and tell you how you can actually get your password fixed, which is multiple ways, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So Teams 101, this guide right here is like super helpful. I've actually been using it myself for things. So if you click on that, it'll take you to, I think it's like a 16 slide little guide on pretty much everything you need to know about how Teams works. You can watch their YouTube channels here, or videos. What's this? More resources. I haven't. That's for teachers. Okay, so you probably don't need that. Synchronous versus asynchronous. You've seen these terms, or hopefully you've seen these terms. So I just wanted to explain those a little bit. Synchronous. That means when we're all, like right now, well, in the future when I get you guys out in the meeting. Synchronous means we're all in the same spot at the same time. So when we're in the meeting and I'm giving this presentation, or you're watching this video as the presentation, we're all sitting in the same spot. Asynchronous means that you might be watching this video after the school time. So for fourth period today, 10:15 to 11:15, that's the official class time. Asynchronous would be as if you were watching this like in the afternoon and you were getting instructed that way on how to do things. Accessing Teams, you can go to office.com and sign in with your Fresno credentials. And then here's some more Teams info if you wanted to click that video. How do I contact my teacher? So many ways. On your laptop or your phone, you can get these. In fact, you guys should really use your phones a lot for these apps, because I know some of you are more comfortable with phone apps. So Office 365, Outlook, Teams. I really suggest getting Teams on your phone. If you need to get a hold of your teachers, email is probably best, or the Teams. If you go to the Bullard High School website, which you can click on here, there's a teacher links section in the remote learning tab, and any teacher that you have, you can click on it, takes you directly to Outlook, and then you can email them. Extra help. So in the afternoons, there are times every teacher is supposed to be available for a period. So for this week, today is periods 2, 4, 6. So these would be the afternoon office hours. So for me, I have the meeting link just open, and I will be available. And if I see someone in the lobby, I'll let them in. And if you have questions or just want to chat or whatever, then that's cool. I'll be available. Once we get started on like actual curriculum and learning and stuff, you might want to like join this Bullard High School tutoring link. It's actually another team that you can join, so the link's right there if you want to join that. Password stuff. So just some details, like you can just plain old call the office and they'll get you some help. Ooh, they have a bad number. That's not what a phone number looks like. Let me see if I can fix that. I'll get back to you guys. The other way is you, the student, can go into Atlas and change it, although if you're locked out, that's not possible, right? So, and then me, I can go in. So if you get a hold of me, I can go into Atlas and actually change the password for you, or actually reset it. So, and you'll get an email. Translation. So this is pretty cool. So when you're in Teams, whenever you see like a 3 dots like this over here, you can click on it and you're going to get a menu of things you can do. In the chat section, if for some reason you need to use a primary language other than English, you can translate it, which is super awesome. Tech hints. This is something, if you've been in my class before as a freshman, seniors, these are things that I teach. So if you forgot, I'm going to teach you again. So screenshots. You're going to be using screenshots a lot in this environment, the online schooling environment. So do you remember the snipping tool? The snipping tool. So if you go down here to search and you put in snipping tool, and it looks like the little scissors, and you click on it, and then once you do that, you actually want to right click on it and then pin it to your toolbar so you never have to search for it again. And that's how you can actually get screenshots quite easily. And then splitting your screen is going to be a good thing. Like I said, like if you have your phone for a second screen, that's probably a little better, but also if you want to just like split your screen so you can see 2 things at once, that's going to be super awesome. This is just a picture of all our counselors, which is good. Sometimes maybe you haven't seen them yet. So for freshmen, these are like your freshman teachers up here, and maybe you've seen their name, but you haven't seen their face. They're all super awesome ladies. They're nice. And then down here for you seniors, these are your counselors, and they're super amazing. And that's it. So you got a name to the face. How can you be informed? So your parents are getting school messenger calls, probably too much right now, but it's the beginning of school. That's what happens. So that'll continue to happen. You have Atlas, so parents have their Atlas, you have your Atlas. Some teachers are using Remind. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but maybe. Instagram, if you guys are Instagram people. I think Dr. Sanders is the one that runs the Instagram, the official Knights Instagram, so you can go follow that. Counseling also has their own Instagram. And also Blue Nation Student Store, so you seniors, if you're not already following, that's your store this year. So you need to go to Blue Nation 55 and follow so that you can be a part of all that's happening. And yes, we will be operating as a store in some capacity. I've got some ideas. I'll be talking to you about them. And it's going to be amazing. All right. Who can we talk to? So here's a picture of some support people. Unfortunately, in the picture, the nurse isn't there, but she's a super awesome lady. Miss Langlow is right here, and she's very helpful. You've got Miss Gomes and Miss Ramirez, these two ladies right here who are the social workers that can be of help to you. And then you got these guys who they forgot to put their names, so I got to go figure out who those guys are. Where do I report tech issues? So on your laptop, if you have a school laptop, you're going to see this icon on your desktop, hopefully, or you can search TSP. You click on it and it will take you to this section where you can actually ask IT for help with your device. That could be computer, hotspot, camera, whatever it is. You can get some technical support. Okay, participation and discipline. So I'm not going to gloss over this. I'm going to go through this kind of in detail. So teachers and administrators are using Insight. I showed you that in this video. I don't know if all of them are using it. They should be. And any teacher who asks me how to use it, I'm going to teach him how to, because it's a great way for us to know if you, as the students, are actually showing up or leaving early or actually raising your hand or replying, or it helps us know that you're not just sitting behind a turned off camera and doing something else. There's a virtual incident report right here, so if you think that there's some bullying or violence or sexual misconduct between student to student or staff to student or anything that you're uncomfortable with, you can click on that link and go to that. Bullard High School has always had a tip line that you could call, so this phone number right here, BHS tip line, so that's for an anonymous emergency type of thing, so you can use that. Showed you the social emotional support stuff. Hopefully you know who your VP is, and then this is the one I really wanted to talk about. So most of the students really weren't aware of this. So Gaggle is, let's see if I can actually click on it, and I'll show you what we're talking about. Okay, so Gaggle. That's a video? No, I don't want to play the video. So Gaggle, I'm going to take that away. Gaggle is a thing that runs in the background of Teams that actually is kind of like a filter. Like, how we have filters for the internet? Well, this is kind of a filter reporting system for Microsoft Teams, and yesterday and the first day it was already in use and it worked really well. So basically anything that you're doing in Teams, if you're doing chats between student to student, student to class, student to teacher, if you're doing stupid stuff like, hey, I've got a gun, it's going to automatically flag you and send an email to VP, and you're going to be hearing from them. I kind of tested it out on, a Microsoft team called, searching up GIFs, and I wanted to test the system, so I was like, hey, I want to put a GIF of a gun, and it's like, nope, we're not going to let you do that. And I looked up, hey, I want to put a GIF of drugs, and Gaggle's like, no, we're not going to let you do that. So it's pretty effective, and bottom line, I don't want to scare you, and it's not like anything to be really, freaked out about, but basically, you already knew before that you're being monitored, by eyes and cameras, but now your whole life is monitored, and Gaggle is just one of those tools. Just be aware. Don't be doing stupid things, or you'll get some consequences. Last thing, your vice principals. We have 2 new ones this year. Ms. Nunez is new to us, and Mr. Peters is new to us. Dr. Sanders has been here for a long time, and Ms. Perez and Ms. Harrod have been here. This is their 2nd year, I believe. So that's that, and I'm going to end this video and then maybe go over the syllabus after this. I will talk to you in a bit.